Radiant rebels, it's time to wake up. Men are not DIY projects, and here are 4 things no high-value woman should ever sacrifice for a man. Meet Jenna. She was the woman everyone admired, ambitious, radiant, with a career most would envy. On paper, she had it all: a thriving business, a strong circle of friends, and a confidence that turned heads. But when it came to her relationships, something didn't quite add up. At first, it seemed like a typical fairy tale romance. Jenna's first serious relationship was with Ryan, a man who had big dreams but little drive to make them come true. Jenna believed in him, and that belief became her mission. She rearranged her life to accommodate his needs, constantly telling herself that if she could just fix him, he would reach his full potential. She started paying for things he couldn't afford, working around his schedule, and picking up the pieces of his broken past. But things never changed. Ryan's inability to hold a steady job or follow through on promises slowly wore Jenna down. Yet, every time they fought about his lack of commitment or responsibility, she stayed. She rationalized it in her mind: maybe he just needs more time. Maybe he just needs me to believe in him. And every time she showed up for him, he would promise to do better, only to disappoint her again. Jenna was the glue, the one constantly holding things together, believing that the love she gave would be enough to mend the cracks. But it wasn't. Every sacrifice she made for him chipped away at her self-worth. Then came Tom, someone Jenna thought was a fresh start. He seemed perfect at first: handsome, intelligent, charming. But beneath the surface, he had a quiet resentment for the way he had been raised. He would complain about his childhood, his parents, his failures, and in her classic fixer mindset, Jenna took it upon herself to help him. She encouraged him to confront his past, offered to help him with therapy, and even gave him advice on how to improve his career. She put his dreams before her own, all while sacrificing her needs. She thought, if I just keep showing him how much I care, he'll see it and be better for me. But once again, she was left with a broken man and a heart full of empty promises. Tom, despite all of her efforts, never took action. He'd stay comfortable in his brokenness, using her as a crutch, while Jenna became exhausted, drained, and resentful. The mental anguish was unbearable. Jenna was filled with shame, asking herself, why can't they change? Why does my love never seem enough? Jenna was on the brink of losing herself. She had been so busy trying to fix others that she didn't even recognize the woman she had become. She had forgotten that she deserved someone who would meet her halfway. Her self-esteem was shattered, and she wondered if she would ever experience a love that wasn't filled with constant giving and little receiving. But one day, something shifted. Jenna reached a breaking point. She realized that her worth wasn't tied to the men she tried to fix. She was valuable because of who she was, not because of how much she gave to someone else. That day, she decided to stop pouring from an empty cup and to start filling herself back up. She let go of the guilt that came with ending relationships that were never meant to be. And here's where you, radiant rebels, might relate. Have you ever found yourself in a relationship where you were the only one trying to make it work? The only one fixing, giving, and sacrificing? Do you see the pattern? Jenna's journey was not just about healing, it was about reclaiming her own power. It was about learning the hard truth that men are not DIY projects, they are whole people who need to meet you at your level. A high-value woman does not spend her energy trying to change someone else. She spends it on herself, creating a life that is fulfilling, authentic, and full of self-respect. So, let's break this down. There are 4 things no high-value woman should ever do for a man, and it's time to explore why. 1. Don't try to fix his problems, you're not his therapist. A high-value woman understands the importance of supporting a partner, but she knows her role isn't to fix him. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that by helping him with his problems, you're showing your love. But here's the thing, men, just like women, need to handle their own emotional baggage. Of course, be there to listen and offer your support, but you shouldn't feel responsible for carrying his emotional weight. A high-value woman knows that a relationship should be built on equality, not one person acting as the emotional caretaker for the other. When you start solving his problems for him, you take away his opportunity to grow and learn from his own experiences. A strong partnership means both people are walking through life side by side, handling their personal challenges independently, yet together. If you're feeling empowered by this, like this video and hit subscribe for more wisdom like this. Empower yourself to lead a healthy, balanced life. 2. Don't build his future, he needs to build his own. Let's be clear, you're not here to build his career, his dreams, or his future. A high-value woman knows her worth and doesn't waste her energy trying to shape someone else's path. Supporting your partner is important, but it should never come at the cost of your own goals. You've got your own dreams, and the right man will recognize that and respect your independence. If you're constantly investing in his future and putting your own aspirations on the back burner, you risk losing sight of your own ambitions. A high-value woman knows that a man must be able to stand on his own 2 feet and take responsibility for his future. The relationship should be a partnership where both people are striving toward their own goals, while supporting each other along the way. You deserve a partner who's already building his own success, not relying on you to do the heavy lifting for him. Share this video with other radiant rebels who need to hear this empowering truth. Let's spread this wisdom. 3. Don't overlook red flags just to help him. It's tempting to look past warning signs when we want to help someone. Maybe he's going through a tough time, or you believe you can change him for the better. But listen closely, no amount of love or care will make a man who isn't right for you into someone you can count on. Red flags are there for a reason. If he's showing signs of disrespect, emotional immaturity, or poor behavior, it's not your job to fix him. You deserve a man who shows you respect from the start, not someone who you have to convince to treat you well. High-value women never settle for toxic behavior just because they think they can change it. They trust their instincts and walk away from situations that don't align with their standards. A relationship should never feel like a project, and a partner should never feel like a charity case. 4. Don't prioritize him over yourself. In any relationship, it's crucial to keep a strong sense of self. A high-value woman knows that her happiness and well-being come first. You are complete on your own, and you should never feel like you have to sacrifice who you are or what you want to make your partner happy. A healthy relationship is not about losing yourself in someone else, it's about finding balance. If you start sacrificing your dreams, goals, and happiness for him, you're setting yourself up for resentment. A man who values you will appreciate your independence and your ability to maintain your own identity. He should complement your life, not complete it. When you prioritize your own growth, passions, and health, you show up as the best version of yourself in the relationship. That's when you attract a partner who respects you and brings value into your life as well. Radiant Rebels, it's time to recognize that you are not here to fix anyone. You are here to thrive, to embrace your worth, and to live a life that reflects your value. Never settle for less than what you deserve. When you refuse to take on someone else's emotional baggage, when you stop building someone else's future, when you recognize red flags and walk away, and when you prioritize your own happiness and goals, you're showing the world just how high your value truly is. You don't need to change anyone to make a relationship work. You need to be with someone who brings out the best in you while you do the same for them. Hit that subscribe button for more empowering content. Stay radiant, stay strong, and never settle for less than you deserve.